Arizona carries out its second execution of the year.
This morning, the state executed Richard Djerf by lethal injection at the prison complex in Florence. 12 News journalist Craig Harris is following the developments and has more on today's execution.
For the second time in 7 months, Arizona imposed the death penalty. Witnesses said Richard Djerf appeared to accept his fate for killing 4 members of the Luna family in Phoenix.
The death penalty is the law of Arizona. And yet, each time the state asserts this ultimate measure of justice, we must recognize the seriousness and the solemnness of taking a life. Today should be about the members of the Luna family.
That was Attorney General Chris Mays. She spoke briefly on Friday morning at the state prison in Florence following the execution. Media witnesses told us Djerf was escorted into the execution room shortly after 10 a.m. 40 minutes later, he was pronounced dead. Arizona has had a history of problems with executions, but this one, like another one earlier this year, went relatively smoothly according to witnesses. 5 media witnesses on Friday said the only issue was that technicians had problems getting an IV into his veins. That temporarily delayed the execution process, which lasted only a few minutes. Witnesses noted Djerf was very compliant during the entire process. He kept his eyes shut for most of the time after he was strapped to a gurney. The Department of Corrections said the lethal injection went according to plan and without incident. The media members confirmed that statement. The execution was the ultimate punishment for killing 4 members of the Luna family in 1993. Djerf in September of that year went to their home in Phoenix. He tortured and killed 4 family members over several hours. The victims are Patricia and Albert Sr., 18-year-old Rochelle, and 5-year-old Damien. Djerf in 1995 pleaded guilty to all 4 murders. The next year, sentenced to death. He spent roughly 3 decades on death row before all of his appeals had expired. His last meal was a double cheeseburger with lettuce and tomato, onion rings with ketchup, a slice of cherry pie with whipped cream, and a 20-ounce Pepsi with ice. There are now 107 inmates on death row. 3 are women. I'm Craig Harris, 12 News.